The two-group dependent parametric testing is similar to that done for the independent group t-tests as discussed elsewhere. There are specific steps you should take to confirm if all the parametric criteria have been met to allow you to correctly apply this dependent t-test to your data. Please refer to the independent t-test tutorial if you would like to see more in detail as to what those steps are. The two other t-tests typically used in two-group parametric analysis are for cases when the two groups compared came from populations that were randomly sampled and the individuals were completely unrelated to each other. In the current consideration, the two sets of data being compared are not independent from each other, but rather have some common feature that requires us to acknowledge that relationship. For example, in many cases when the dependent t-test is used, the same patient population is being compared at two different time intervals. Similar to what physical therapists do when we meet a patient for the first time, a researcher may take baseline measures of the outcome they are interested in and then later take the same measurement again after some intervention or procedure had been implemented. In this case, the people being used are the same ones from before and after the independent variable manipulation. Here are some additional examples of when we might use related samples in our experimental design, and therefore need to apply dependent sample t-tests in our analysis. Portney and Watkins also has a specific example where the use of a lumbar support is assessed in a single group of people. The angle of the pelvis is compared before and after the lumbar support is introduced. To get detailed information on how the test statistic for the dependent t-test was calculated for this example, you should refer to the appropriate section on dependent t-tests in that textbook. The SPSS output that is generated for a dependent t-test looks like this. Please note that the important test statistic, depicted by the letter T in the bottom table, is equal to negative 1.532. The degree of freedom is 7 for a sample size of 8, and the p-value is given as 0.169. Combined, these numbers are typically provided when reporting your results in the results section of any scholarly work. And as a result of these calculations, there appears to be no significant difference in pelvic angle when comparing pre-pillow lumbar support to that when pillow lumbar support is used. For more information, you can go to the following link shown in this slide to see a detailed description on how to do a dependent t-test using SPSS.